This week, CUTV went behind the scenes with Australian players Nick Phipps, Drew Mitchell and Scott Higginbotham.
Hi, I'm Nick Phipps and you're watching CUTV.
With the Lions tour coming up next year, you obviously want to play well in your last test, and obviously there's not too many games in the Super Rugby before that all sort of kicks off and they start picking sides. So it is important.
Do you think this fixture, even though it's the climax of the tour, has a bit of added spice to it? A bit of a rivalry that's developed in the last 12 months?
Oh, look, I think obviously after coming here to Australia and playing us in that 3-test series, and they were close games, but we ended up getting up on them on all three of them. I'm sure they'll want a bit of payback. Obviously any team would. So they'll be right up for it, especially after that game against the All Blacks on the weekend. And that's what we're here to get the job done as well.
And what is it that you set out to do over the last few weeks?
I think one thing that we really focus on is to make our next performance better than the last. That's our motivation, is to go out there and continue to improve. It may not always be the case, but we want to sit there on a Monday when we sit down and review a game and be proud of the performance we put out there. Regardless of the scoreline or the result, we need to be proud of what we put out there and be able to sit there and look at one another in that meeting and know that we did everything we can for each other. So that's probably the big thing that we look at is going into the performances is doing something and being there and being proud of what you've done. You can't get back those opportunities, so when given them, you want to make sure we make the most of it.
How do you think your tour's gone? With your fair amount of game time that you've had.
I guess that's a bit of an interesting question. Probably personally, I don't think I wouldn't have performed to a standard where I'd be totally happy. But at the end of the day, we got the win against England. We won last week as well. So with a big game coming up this weekend, you're only as good as your last test, I think. So hopefully I'll be able to put in a performance this week that everyone can be happy with.
What is your favourite food at the moment?
Used to be pizza pasta, but after the week in Italy, I think I'm all out of that. So I wouldn't want a bit of sushi around here somewhere.
And what's your favourite food at the moment?
Pizza, I think, especially just coming from Italy.
What's your favourite football, soccer team, whatever you call it in Australia?
Sunderland.
I don't really have one. I think Melbourne Victory in Australia. It's just a little A-League team there, so they're always good to watch.
What's your favourite alcoholic drink?
Maybe a gin and tonic, occasionally.
Cool. And what are you listening to at the moment? Who's your favourite band or artist?
Digby's the one with the boombox up the back of the bus, so literally whatever he's listening to.
So, where is your favourite place in the world? Where's your best place you'd like to travel to?
I don't know, probably Australia.
We also caught up with Wales forwards coach Robin McBride and loosehead prop Gethin Jenkins.
Robin, you mentioned the substitutes. Tavis Mills seemed to inject a bit of pace into the game when he came on. What's he done to stake a claim for maybe a starting spot this week?
Yeah, he has. He really raised the tempo when he came on. We had gone through quite a bit of possession and territory. We managed to keep hold of the ball a lot better during the game. So, Mike was having to run a little bit more than usual, which is good for the team. But as everybody saw, Tavis coming off the bench, fresh legs, able to get the breakdown that a little bit quicker, and he was able to take advantage of that, and really made an impression. So hugely positive, and not only Tavis. I think the whole bench contributed positively to that match on Saturday.
Also, looking at Justin Tipperick, he came on and seemed to do some good work around the ruck area and the fringes, the unseen work that often goes unnoticed. Again, possibility of a starting spot for him?
Yeah, well, there's healthy competition, isn't there? That's what you want to see. You want to see these players come out and, all guns blazing, looking to stake a claim for a starting spot in the team. Justin did that to the best of his ability. Again, made an impression. But also, I thought Sam Orban had his best game for a while in the red shirt as well, and he raised his game. So it's healthy competition, isn't it?
I spoke to some of the Australian players on Monday and I asked them if there was an added spice to this fixture given how many times we played over the last 12 months. They of course professionally said no, it's like every other test match. But does the issue of revenge and finally wanting that win against Australia come into it at all in your preparation?
No, like I said before, we know each other so well. It's always a big battle against the Australian team, and we just want to get that win. We haven't beaten them for a while, and I think it's been mentioned this week. We really want to get that scalp against them.
There has just been said the Australian scrum has improved over the last 12 months, but historically it is a place where they have been weak. Have you been targeting that this week and strengthening and tightening up that scrum?
No, we know that they've worked a lot in that area, and we know they'll be up to the task. Yes, we'll work on that area as well. But no, I don't think there's any weaknesses there. They're a strong team, and they're ranked second in the world for a reason, because they're that good.
I'm Scott Higginbotham, and you're watching CUTV.
That's all from CUTV Sport this week, but stay tuned for the coming weeks where we'll round up all of the autumn internationals and give you more behind the scenes looks at the teams that visited Wales.